I first became an artist, I would say, kind of my whole life I feel I have been creative in some way. As a child, I think one of the first creative memories I have was looking at a stucco ceiling and making shapes out of it. There's definitely several creative people in my family. It's inspired by my grandma a lot. She was a seamstress, and then in middle school started getting more into art. I first became engaged with the CFAC. I think I was about 17 my junior year of high school, and I got to take Rudy Salgado's printmaking class, and that really changed how I was thinking about layering and just color theory. That's one of my favorite things about Louisville Visual Arts is that community outreach and just trying to give kids, if they want it, access to that, because it changed my life for sure. I think what drives me most to keep making art today is really the state of the world and being worried about it, and as a young person being like, I have to be here through this, even though the world seems so crazy right now. As I get older, I feel like I'm picking the couple of things that I really want to focus on, and I've been really into learning traditional Japanese and American denim techniques. And I'm also a metal worker, so that is where my obsession with work clothes comes from, I guess. That's been a dream of mine, I feel like, since I was a kid, was to wear mostly clothes that I make. LVA has always been here for me. In high school, I got a studio here my senior year, and I was just like, wow, I can do this. Like, I have a place to do this now. And Keith Waits, that works here, I always call him, he's like my art dad, because he's always looked out for me and just made me feel comfortable here and made me feel like I had a community to meet people through. Another person is my art teacher from Manual, Cindy Young.
I was the sponsor for the National Art Honor Society, also known as Art Club, at Manual High School. And Juliet became a member her freshman year as a visual arts student. And sophomore year, she was my student, and it was pretty wonderful. She would always take projects and go a little further than you'd ever expect.
Recently, my art has been displayed at KMAC. I was in the Material Obsessions show there, which was a really sick show to be a part of, making things out of trash. And it's also a KMAC Couture artist last year. I plan on doing it again this year. That's always an incredible experience. Feels like New York or something. My work was also recently shown in the Open Studio Weekend juried show. I had some clothes, and it was my first time displaying stuff on mannequins, which was funny. The spark sculpture on the outside of LVA, which I got to weld. I was the main fabricator on it, which was insane.
She was a joy to teach to weld, so I do get some credit for sparking that, haha.
It was almost 4 months of welding on it every day. It was all stainless steel, which is really hard to work with. It just wants to warp every time you do anything to it and move and not stay flat. There was a couple times that it was really frustrating to get everyone in the shop to stop what they were doing constantly and help me move it, like, every day. I had a wonderful team working with me on the spark sculpture. It was Tom who designed it. He lives in Seattle, and just getting to hang out with him every time he came, and having such a sweet boss like Andy really just trust me and tell me that I can do it every day.
She had told me that she went to study welding just so she can work at Rockerbilt, which is wild to think about. She has stepped up to the plate, and she's been a team player. We taught her how to TIG weld, and she did all the TIG welding on the holders for the acrylic rods.
Another person that helped me a lot with the sculpture was my coworker Chuck, and he just encouraged me so much. He's my foreman at the shop.
I'm the shop foreman at Rockerbilt, and Juliet's one of my crew members, and super proud of her for earning the Emerging Artist Award. She is a phenomenal welder. I'm super excited that I work for a company that not only opens their doors to have women coming into the workplace, into the welding workplace and fabrication workplace, but they embrace, like, we've got several women that work over there, and Juliet's so passionate about what she does. It's also, she's so excited every day. She's just got a smile on her face.
Me and Chuck and Andy also were the ones that hung up most of the sculpture, and we're setting all the bolts up on the lift, and having that trust between the three of us and having been working together for a couple of months was, I think, really necessary. Trying to get these massive 600-pound pieces of stainless steel up in the air safely. I think the spark sculpture is really a big symbol of what goes on here and what LVA is trying to do in the community, which is give a place to do that and resources to do that. I think art is something that brings communities together, and LVA gives a place for that to happen. And I think that is so special, and now we have a huge piece of art to show that to everyone, the neighborhood and the highway.
She's always emerging. She's always transforming. She's always bringing out new ideas or communicating old ideas in a new way so that it's fresh.
When I heard I was getting the Emerging Artist Award, I was blown away. I was like, I'm not that cool. I feel so blessed this year. I feel like the past 10 years of making art is paying off for me finally, and I don't ever need to give up on art.
She'll be 70 and she'll still be emerging. She's never going to stop. Juliet, I am so honored and grateful for our friendship and for your sharing your talent and your creativity and co-creating with me and teaching me as well as I've taught you. And congratulations, sweetheart. We love you.
I want to thank LVA for fostering my creativity for so many years, and yeah, giving me a family of artists and mentors, and just having a space, you know, having a space to let all that go and just try to be myself, and I will forever be grateful to them for that.